Two more after this. We're on the last three. We're on the last three.
Boom.
All right, Capricorn, we're giving you a little Vampers deck here. Yes, we are. Craig's going to go run to the bathroom, and I will get this reading going. All right, Cappies, what's going on? A little bit of third, sixth house squares going on. That Mars and Gemini now in your sixth house. Got a new moon in your third. Death card. Wow. It's your first card. We got the Page of Cups in reverse as your challenge. We got your overall. Here's the Strength reverse. We got two major arcana here that have already shown up. And our way through this is the Four of Cups in reverse. Oh, God. Something is questioning whether or not you have the strength to end something, end a cycle, end a person's relationship with you, or somebody's trying to end it with you. Something's come to a close. It's definitely whether we want to look at it physically or spiritually, something's coming to a final deep close here. And I think the hard part is that these conversations are not going to be fluffy and easy. It's Page of Cups. So like this is the challenge, is like, how do you deal with very difficult situations in romance with yourself, whether that's yourself and your own thoughts of like, gosh, like I just want this end to end, me to have the strength to be in relationships. Or if you're in a relationship, like I need to have the strength to finally fucking deal with the end of this stupid relationship and speak to them for real and stop fluffing it. Because this Four of Grails, this Four of Cups, I'm sorry to say, and it's reversed. I mean, like, why do you keep missing out on the blessings? I think it's because you're not willing to have the hard conversations that are emotionally difficult. You want to keep them positive, and it's like little kids like lying to themselves, like, oh yeah, you're going. It like reminds me of, you know, like when you leave high school. It's like, well, you're going to this school and I'm going to that school, and they're gonna be in different states, but we'll stay together, right? It's like reminds me of son-in-law. Like, you really think that she was gonna stay with that fucking fool? No, she fucking went to LA, and when she met Pauly Shore, fucking she was done. Done. And I think there's some Capricorns out there that are terrified of love, terrified. And that you don't have the strength. And that's what you have to overall deal with, is to find the strength and stop, I think, closing yourself off. And there's a transformation happening. That's the good news this week. I mean, but that Four of Cups reverse is saying like, no, you're not missing out on blessings. You're only missing out on blessings by not being willing to communicate the feelings from a non childish way. Like, I think that you're expecting everything to like, well, it should end in this peace, or we should talk in this peace. It's like, get out. You're a Capricorn. Be stronger than that. Get out of your weak spots here. Capricorn's stuck in like some really weak mental spots right now. What's going on with this Death card? Four of Cups. Oh my God. This is the card where it's like, I'm not into it. I don't want it. But you have a hard time ending something you don't want. God. Whether that's the way you live your relationship life or the person that you're in a relationship with. Like, you know. That Strength card came up with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the strength issue is definitely dealing with an abundance issue in yourself. And also, you're stuck on your long journey. I mean, you have to realize that you need to get on your journey. But I got a feeling you're at a crossroads in your life and you don't know which direction to go. And you don't have the strength to make a decision in your love life about that. You're just like, oh, no, everything's fine. I'm just going to stay stuck here in the same situation that I'm in. Whether you're single or whether you're not. Just like, I'm going to keep it going. This thing can't keep going. It's on life support. That's already dead. It's dead. It's coma. You get the fire element. Well, fuck. Desire is everything. Is the fire really there? Is the desire really there? Then go for it. If you're single, go for it. If you're single, go for it. If you're in a relationship, is the fire there? No. Go for where the fire is then and end it and put the fire and the passion into ending it. And instead of it being like, oh, this like soft emotional fucking like, get out of this soft emotional thing. It's fucking crybaby shit. I'm just picking up crybaby. Crybaby. But you'll never act like that. You're a Capricorn. No, everything's all good. But you know, it was sad. Tiger Woods just went in a car accident. Fucking that motherfucker's been through so much. But that fool's a crybaby too. Like that fool, cries a lot about shit. But he always wants to act all tough and hard. Maybe he'd do much better if he fucking just was fucking dealing with his emotional situations instead of like trying to hide them. It's obviously like he's hiding them through all these car accidents and fucking drunk driving and fucking all this crazy shit. Look at Mel Gibson. What happened to him? Look at this. You got good fortune through taking finally the gifts that are there and the ones where you have to address things by having conversations that don't need to be like little kid fucking combos and safe space stuff. Get out of the safe space zone. It's not safe there. There's no good fortune there. It's like everybody's tie game or no winners, no losers. Like that doesn't do anything for life. That doesn't move you forward, especially as a Capricorn. If I was a Capricorn, I'd be so pissed if my kid had to go play fucking t-ball and everybody won and nobody lost. Like safe space. Is there a safe space for me to deal with all this shit right now? Your safe space is not bringing you any good fortune. Just going to let you know that one. And because you're not accessing any of your passion or your desires. You need to go for that passion and desire and instead of like passing it up. Oh no. And being afraid to end something you don't want? And even, are you afraid to fucking take on fire? Oh, no, I don't know about that one. I don't desire fucking, God, I mean, like, you're out of tune. Out of tune with strength to take on the truth, to get on the journey and to go on a journey. I think that you're out of tune. So you're just like playing the same song and nobody's around it. Nobody energetically is around it, or your partner and you are in this weird place where you guys are out of tune, out of sync. And it's not fucking, it's like people are not fucking putting tips down in the hat. They're walking by you. Trust me, I did readings on Venice fucking beach. Like there were people that did not get tipped out because they sounded like shit. But like you're almost wanting a handout from the universe. Like, oh, this is out of tune and everything, but we're out here and we're giving it our best shot. No, you're not. You're not fucking giving it any shot. You don't have the strength to give it the full journey. You're just stuck. Because you're too afraid to take on passion and get out of a safe space. And you're out of tune. And you can't tune yourself in a safe space. You got to actually tune any instrument out of a safe space because you're going to go perform. You're too afraid to perform what you must perform in your love life. If you're in a relationship, you got the Three of Swords. That's the heartbreak card. I mean, fuck. I hate to say it. There's some big relationship situations for Capricorns that are heartbreaking right now that are fucking the real deal. And I'll pull one more card because that's a hard card. The fucking Tower reversed. You're too afraid to go through the heartbreak. You're too afraid to break this tower. And then just causing you pain and suffering on the highest level and the lack of passion. If you are single, Knight of Cups reversed. You're too afraid to emotionally really go anywhere. And I don't think that you know where to go emotionally. I think that you talk a good talk like, oh, I'm ready to go there and all that shit, but you don't show up. And you think others don't show up, but you don't show up either. Why is that? Well, you got the Nine of Pentacles. You're focused on yourself and your own material possessions right now. Single Cap. So your work, but you're focused on yourself. Spiritual practice. I'm going to put the Hierophant reversed. You know what? The reason why I pulled this was because I was like, spiritual practice, this is part of the issue. I felt like this is part of the issue, and it is. The Hierophant reversed. Like, you have traditional spiritual practices that are keeping you in the same bullshit story for love. It's time to remove those. That's why I had to get a clarifying card, because when I saw that, I'm like, oh, great. This is just going to double down on their same bullshit. And I just knew. My guides were like, no. And Ganesha was like even not wanting to show up energetically with like, go do more spiritual practice the same way. No. New spiritual practices and removing the traditional ones you're doing because they're actually causing you all your pain and suffering right now in your relationships. life. Second house, Scorpio, North Node. Yep, it's time to fucking destroy things, fucking to build the creative depth and the passion that you want. This is definitely you having to face like the value at its face value, but go deeper than face value and actually go to the bottom of if it's really underneath, got the passion, if it's got the juice. You know, like you got the juice for what you really want, or is it just like fucking, you act like it looks good, but underneath there's nothing in it. You know, it's facade shit. You got to get rid of the facade. You got to get to the bottom. Is there actually cake underneath that cake batter? Like, damn.
Is the juice worth
that was some channeled fire. I'm just gonna say that. Any Capricorn out there, fucking, you're welcome. That was fucking like tons of guys came to view that on that one.
There you go.
Just being
guidance.
real. Just fucking being real. Capricorns.
Rewind that and listen to it again. Capricorn. And you have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in that intuition, but not get stuck in it. Not get stuck in your mind, not get stuck in your soul, but actually live the day out. Live with that human being that's next to you. Live with that those human beings that surround you. Don't just get stuck again in those daily practices. You get stuck within your mind, get stuck within that manifestation phase. Well, if you just get stuck in that thought process, nothing's going to come to fruition. Nothing's actually going to show up in your life unless you snap yourself out of it and put that energetic force behind it and go out and grab it. Go out and tell the universe, go out and show the universe, go out and be that surrounding universe and encompass all of that in your life, all of the love, all the passion. Don't just get lost in that practice. You got to practice what you preach. That's what they say, right? Right? If you're just stuck in that mental thought, if you're just stuck in that day to day, then you're actually not practicing. You're actually not preaching. You're just being in that space. You're just kind of confined in your mind. You got to tap back into that heart and lead with it.